Let me see. So I was gonna play this clip, but I think we could talk through it. Did y'all see Neo?
Yes.
What
Neo
Neo?
video. Yes, I saw it.
Did you guys see what happened? He had an interview where they're asking about kids transitioning, and he stood on what he stood on in terms of they should not, so on and so forth. Um, did you guys see that his publicist put out an apology and then he responded to said apology?
Correct. Yes, I saw all of that.
AFR Corn, did you see it?
I just saw his initial statement, and then I saw like an apology, but that's the last thing I saw.
All right,
I don't know if I
you
saw
saw
the
like the written
part.
apology. All right, hold on. Let me play it real quick. Let me know y'all can see the screen.
You can see it.
This is Neo. All right, listen. I normally don't give too much of a damn about
Nice.
what I do, what y'all have to say about what I say, whatever. I normally don't care because, like I said, opinions ain't special. Everybody got one. However, this is something I feel very strongly on, and I need y'all to hear this from the horse's mouth, not the publicist's computer. So check this out. First and foremost, I do not apologize for having an opinion on this matter. I am a 43-year-old heterosexual man raising 5 boys and 2 girls, okay? That's my reality. Now, if my opinion offended somebody, yeah, sure, I apologize for you being offended because that wasn't my intention. My intention is never to offend anybody. However, I'm entitled to feel how I feel. I'm absolutely entitled to feel how I feel the same way you are entitled to feel how you feel. I ain't asked nobody to follow me. I ain't asked nobody to agree with me. I was asked a question and I answered the damn question, okay? I have no beef with the LGBTQIA plus community whatsoever. I ain't got no beef with y'all. Do whatever the hell it is you want to do. Do what you want to do with your kids. However, somebody asked my opinion on this matter, and this is how I feel. I will never be okay with allowing a child to make a decision that detrimental to their life. I will never be okay with that. I don't care. I definitely plan to educate myself a little bit more on this matter. However, I doubt that there's any book anywhere or any opinion that somebody's going to tell me that's going to make me okay with letting a child make a decision like that. That's just period, point blank, and that's how I feel. If I get canceled for this, then you know what? Maybe this is a world where they don't need a Neo no more, all right? And I got no problem with that. I'm a hustler, all right? I'll figure it out. I got kids to raise, and I'm going to do that regardless. So with that being said, y'all have a good day. I love everybody. Live how you want to live, love how you want to love, but your opinion is yours. Speak your opinion as much as you damn well feel like it. Because as I said, they're not important, they're not special. Everybody got one, and you're entitled to it. I'm entitled to mine, all right? Y'all feel how y'all want to feel. Have a great day. It's Neo. Peace and love.
So did y'all see that? So y'all know the backstory to this?
I actually saw
Yes.
I actually saw that part. Yeah, that's the only thing I did see.
That's the first I'm seeing that part. I just saw what his publicist put out.
I didn't see it.
He responded ASAP. So he had a interview. I forget who it was with. I want to say Angela Yee, but I'm probably wrong. I forget. Is it Vlad? Oh, it was somebody.
Yes.
Glory Vlad. Okay. And so, they were asking him about kids transitioning, whatever the case is, and he gave his answer. He said he didn't agree, so on and so forth. So, of course, the canceling comes out. His publicist put out an apology, and he's like, that's my publicist. Here's what I'm saying. I'm not retracting anything. I'm standing on the fact that I don't agree with X, Y, and Z.
Okay.
Right. And so Neo can stand on it. But I feel like my first question was, if Neo can stand on it, why can't you? I feel like the easy way out is for people to say, well, he rich, he can do that. Right. So I retracted that question. And I want to ask, are we perpetuating cancel culture? Because again, I feel like this is the softest society has ever been. We too pussy to say something, to speak up, to stand on anything for these little ass paychecks that we get. And I feel like if we continue to hold on, let me lead it in, bro.
Go ahead.
If we
I'm sorry.
Put him in the fucking book.
I thought you paused.
I did because I know how to deliver a message, asshole. So, damn. So if we continue not to say anything, I feel like we are a catalyst for we are. How do you say it, Asia? What's the word I'm looking for? If you're not a part of the problem,
perpetuator of it. You are a perpetuator of the cancel culture.
Because we refuse to speak up. And I feel like if people start standing on stuff, I feel like we can start getting back to some normalcy where you can have a fucking opinion without being afraid to lose your job. So are we perpetuating this cancel culture? And now before y'all talk, y'all been on this podcast before. Tiptoeing around shit, backpedaling and everything. Anybody can answer.
I'm about to
honestly, I feel like cancel culture started with us Black people. Like, where'd that even come from? That to me, it's like the dumbest thing ever. Like, I'm gonna cancel somebody for an opinion. I'll be honest. I'm an elected official, and I remember even during campaign season, I spoke about transgenders, and people were really pissed, and I didn't give a fuck. I don't understand it. I try to understand it, but I totally agree with what Neo said. I do not agree with children doing that. You are making a decision that can cost your lifetime. If somebody who says, I want to cancel you as an elected official for saying that, I don't really give a damn. You don't make or break me, but it is what it is. I totally agree with what he just said. And I don't feel like he needs to apologize. He said what the hell he said. His publicist put it out there because he has to sound good to the public and he has to appease everybody. And he doesn't want to get canceled because it can affect his money. But he said what the hell he said. He has his own opinion, his own voice. So I agree with what he said.
Okay. And Miss Nay, I wanted you to come on because I feel like sometimes you dance. But now that I'm processing it, I feel like you be processing while you talking.
I do.
And so sometimes you be like, some people do, but some people don't. And then the sky is green some days and shit like that. But no, just yeah. So I'm kind of thinking about it. But do you feel like you stand on what it is you stand on, or do you feel like you might be a little bit too diplomatic?
Because I like to be honest. I think probably in the beginning of me being on here, I was probably being diplomatic because I was like, I'm an elected official. I don't give a damn now. I have to say what I really feel, to be honest, because I feel like that's what you're supposed to do. You have to just be honest. Say what you really feel. Like, it doesn't matter if somebody's like, okay, I don't like your opinion. It is your opinion. Stand on what you feel. Just be honest with what you got to say. I think that's more respectable when you just being honest.
Yeah. And what made you, how'd you get to that point? Like you said, I remember those days.
This is the healing journey that I'm on, right? I'm no longer on this people pleasing. I don't give a damn how you feel about it. This is Miss Nay's opinion. Okay. And I feel like there is freedom and liberty in speaking your truth and being honest about how you feel. It's my opinion. And I don't want to be out here saying, okay, let me appease the masses. That's how you feel. Okay, that's great. That's your opinion. It's not mine. I don't want to think like everybody else. I want to think for myself.
Word. Okay. Alex, bring your ass to the front of the congregation.
I'm trying to gather my thoughts.
I know you nervous. Matt Pearson with the $2 super chat. Can anyone be booted? Why Matt want to boot everybody? And Love, you started it. You started by okaying people.
Be careful what doors you open. And you're right. Be careful what doors you open. Because look at this nonsense.
Hey, Matt, if you were kicking. Alex.
Okay, so
use a tiptoeing motherfucker.
And I am. I will own that. I'm working on it. I'm not there in my healing journey yet with Nay. But no, that's some real shit. And I think to that point, I think the tiptoe comes from, I have my personal opinions on things, but I'm not going to outwardly just share them. And I think I reserve how I really feel. And when I share it with certain people and in certain spaces, and it could be because I need to keep my job. It very well could be that. But I do think there becomes a point in time where, you know what, something is some bullshit, you have to say it. Now, I don't have to be nasty about how I feel about something, but I am working on being a little bit more open and honest when I feel about certain things. And I say this, maybe it is me getting ready to be a mom. My opinions have just changed, and I'm like, you know what? This is some bullshit. Like, that's not acceptable. I agree with Neo wholeheartedly. Now, for me, I have never seen a celebrity like where the public says one thing and the celebrity comes back out like that was some ballsy shit. And for me, the publicist would have got fired because we're not on the same page. We're not on the same page. And I'm here for Neo standing on what it was he said. I feel like that's your kid, you do what you want to do, but I do disagree in them trying to transition when they are younger. We had that conversation weeks ago. I think that's something you should wait until you are 24, 25 years old. However, that's also not for me to stand on some platform and condemn people for doing said things. Like, I don't just openly say things. So maybe as I move along on my journey, when I read Nate's book, when I order it on Monday, maybe I'll be where she's at.
Okay. All right, see you. All right, yeah.
Shit like that.
Okay. The basement.
Oh, go ahead.
A is fence riding. She trying to sell.
And your ass gonna buy. And guess what? I called a lot of people out in my book because I don't give a damn. Thank you.
Okay.
Shit like that.
But that's definitely. Hey, Alex, that's a good. That's a good self-assessment. Because man, you can't get a real answer out of you about some serious.
Yeah, all the time. So I'll be like, and I'll be in my therapy sessions, and I'm like, you know what? Maybe I need to just say how I feel, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay with the real back.
Cause Corn, right? If we all start telling the truth, right? Because there's several people that agree with objective truths, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think the majority of people, honestly, if they were answering honestly, wouldn't say let kids cut their dicks off. That's just like if people were really just answering,
Right?
like the majority of people aren't gonna agree. And if people start saying it, how the fuck they gonna cancel everybody? Go ahead.
Yeah. And so that same thing I was actually thinking about Jamie Foxx situation too, when he apologized for his anti-Semitic whatever. I don't think that was nothing with that at all. I think that was even a greater, better example of how sensitive we are as a culture now, and he's scared to get canceled. And I'm like, man, you just came back from to life. You shouldn't have to apologize about nothing. But so yeah, I definitely feel like we definitely we put this cancel culture out there, and we're scared to talk now. And LGBTQ, AI, we got to say all the alphabets when we talking about certain situations now because we don't want to be offensive and leave anybody out. Which I get it. That population group have been in hiding for a long time and have taken a lot of shame for a long time. So I am conscious about that and try to make sure that I'm aware of like, okay, you have taken a certain amount of abuse. I get that. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you can't make me, look at you a certain way if you were born this way. You know what I'm saying? That's something that I have to kind of I'm still working through. You know what I mean? Like if you say now I want to be, I'll actually listen to Ice. You talk about this. If I say now I want to be a bird, you have to look at me as a bird. You know what I mean? Some people be like, I guess I gotta look at you as a bird now. Some people will say, you know what, dude, you get yourself together. What's wrong with you? You know what I mean? So it just depends on who you're talking to now. But it's definitely a crazy culture out here where we I don't know. It's a delusional mindset. I look at it too in a sense. It's like you kind of have to accept people's mental illness in a way. That is how I look at it too. You have to accept people's mental illness, and I don't want to accept people's mental illness like that. You know what I mean? So,
what did Corn do, Matt? You just booted him for no reason?
Why you booting me?
Wow.
But I will say this though, I do worry about because
Corn, he booted you, man. Damn, man.
Put him in the fucking bedroom. Get him out of here.
And
Come
he
on.
was cooking too.
He was. I can't even. Yo, Matt, I can't even get a full panel fucking with you. Jesus.
Well, let me talk. Because Corn's on the ramble a little bit. Let me talk. I think the cancel culture was an overcorrection.
Get back there, Corn. Somebody gonna bring you back. Go ahead.
I think cancel culture is an overcorrection. And Corn kind of hit upon it, but he started rambling a little bit. But it was cancel culture to protect groups of people that were marginalized and or abused, but it became an overcorrection, and we're not going to support you or allow you to make this money because you are speaking hate speech, misogynistically. I hear Corn making good points. In all types of abusive language towards groups of people and causing damage. And so to correct that, we're going to cancel you, but it was an overcorrection to where you can't say anything. You can't speak your opinion. Part of that is, the alphabet people, and it's not even all of them. I've been looking into it. It's like the rich white ones, right, that are really wielding all of the power. And if you piss them off, then you piss the whole collective alphabets off. But that's not really true, right? Because I know a lot that don't necessarily agree with being bullies. And the overcorrection with that community is that now they're bullies. You can't say anything. You can't say an opinion. And Neo kind of sprinkled those buzzwords in his statement. If you heard him, I'm going to educate myself, but I don't buy any book that's going to educate me and change my mind. Why'd you even say it then? I apologize if you felt offended. That was my intention. So why are you apologizing? Like, stop using the buzzwords. Get that out your speech. You still been programmed, Neo. So yeah, you were ballsy, but you're still using those buzzwords to make this somewhat of an apology, but it really wasn't. Really stand 10 toes down, not just 8, sir, and what you're saying.
Do you think it was okay that he just said he was going to do his due diligence? Because that's what I heard when he said, I'm going to try to see if I can find some info on why this.
No, but then he sat there and said, literally in the next breath, but I know what's going to teach me, da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? So if you really believe no book's going to teach you and change your mind, then why even do your due diligence? You know what I'm saying? Like, he was still using those buzzwords. Like I said, he wasn't 10, he was 8, maybe 7 toes down on that. But I do give him credit. Cancel me if you want to. Da da da. I don't care. I got money. And he can't be canceled because a lot of people are agreeing with him. People are starting to feel bullied now.
So you feel like he's saying cancel me if you want to, but I still feel like there's no book that can teach me on this. He doesn't really want to learn.
He literally said those words.
Okay.
He literally said that. He literally sat there and said, yeah, I'm educating myself, but ain't no book over that's going to make me change my mind or teach me anything. He said those words. So I was like, well, don't even, you're not going to educate yourself. You are literally, this is what you feel. It's how you feel. Say that. And you did, but don't add in the extra that you really don't mean is all I'm saying.
Well, see, I said it differently. I said, I don't understand it. I have tried to understand it, but I don't agree with children doing it. I'm going to still stand on that part.
AFR, what say you, man? I like the example that Corn brought up too with the Jamie Foxx. You can attack whatever one you want. Go ahead.
I'll say a couple of things. First thing I want to ask the ladies on the panel, show of hands, who voted for Trump? Just show of hands. You don't want to.
Nobody voted.
Nobody?
No, I'm not saying who I voted for. I want to know what's your point. Why does it matter? What's your point?
Well, if you didn't vote for him, that means you agree with this ideology just by your sheer vote. So that's one. So you can come back on the back end now and say, oh, yeah, they're being bullies and it's not right. And they've done all overcorrection. But at the end of the day, this is what you kind of voted for. And
what I voted for. No.
I'm just saying in general, don't get triggered. In general.
Panel, so speak in general, not just to the ladies on the panel then.
Okay. But if you're a lady who voted for Joe Biden, this is the result. So that's I mean, let's just be honest. It's not trying to pick on anybody, but it is what it is. Okay, moving on to the next one.
I'll tell you why the hell I voted for Joe Biden, because I'm gonna be honest. I saw a black woman that was attached to him. I'll be honest.
Well, for one, she's not really black. So y'all fall for the Obama game all the time, but it's cool. It's cool. Y'all fall for the quarter black or half black. I got you. They are people. They us. I get it. Well, can I finish, ladies? I'm sorry. Not to get sidetracked. So there's that. So we with our votes already indicate what we feel, whether we don't like the results or not. That it is what it is. But with our vote, we indicate what direction. And the second thing is our families are the vanguard. Okay. We have been used. Okay. We're going to cancel culture. We have been used by other groups in their identity politics to drive, and I'm putting on my tinfoil hat, to push, to cancel other people's opinions that don't agree. And I'll use an example. Like, if people say they're pro-life, whether you like white people or not, we need more black babies. Okay? That's we all know that. We need more black babies in this country. But then we kowtow to the very people who say, delete your baby. We have Planned Parenthood in all your neighborhoods, but fertility clinics in our neighborhood. these are the people mostly who are people, or are mostly, our women cavort with, but black men are as fault as well, even though we're breaking away from the political party, but still. So if you are with those people, you shut down voices that say we want more black babies, or facilitate more black babies, facilitate black families to actually fight against this gender ideology. Because that's the thing about it, is we have been used as an attack dog against other groups, differing opinion or differing way of life, because we are stuck to this political party when we need families, we need babies, we need financial, we need more of our money that we make to be in our pockets. And then we need to, all that stuff. So what I'm saying is, we can't come back at the back end and say, oh, they're bullying us and they've shut us down and all that, when we literally went hand in hand with them for years, and it hurt us. Okay. Black people done lost jobs. I done lost 5 jobs over this stuff. Okay. Because I stood up for what I believed in. Wow. And then also, they can't fire us off. If 30% of black folks stand up and say no more, y'all ain't canceling us, they ain't gonna be able to cancel us. But unfortunately, we're more scared of the small hats and the LGBTQ than we are white people. Because we love white people. Let's keep it honest. So we're more scared of those two groups than we are scared of the dominant society. And like Risky said, we want these little checks more than we want our dignity and our families. And I'll just land it there.
Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that. Shit like that.
Didn't hurt us like now. Too many mamas.
You're speaking to the microphone, Hamp.
Oh shit. My bad. Tatum32 with the $2 super chat. Words didn't hurt us like now. Too many mama's boys. Matt Pearson with the 20 ball, man. Don't hate on a man standing up, love.
I didn't hate. I wasn't hating. I just wanted him to move on. I wanted him to get to the point. I wasn't hating Matt. Seriously, I wasn't. I just wanted.
Well, you were pretty adversarial to even the voting question, and it kind of exposed how you know.
It didn't expose anything. I wanted you to move on and not stay there and make a false point. It wasn't me standing on anything.
It wasn't a false point. You proved my point.
I wanted you to move on because you're not. I just want you to be concise. That's all. I wanted to move the conversation.
No, I got you. But you did walk into my trap, though.
You did. I didn't say who I voted for. I wanted you to move on, and I'm done saying. I'm done talking about it. I just want you to move on. That's it.
No Cupcake Zone podcast with the $2 super chat. Y'all silenced Triple Black tonight.
Wow.
They did, man. God damn, Triple Black didn't even get started. But
we like cancel culture because it gives us a bit of, it feels like we have control and we get to stick it to people that are quote unquote against us. It's stupid as hell. And at the end of the day, people that would actually have helped the Black community have been silenced.
Cancel culture is a way to sweep things under the rug and not have your opinions or open up your mind and just speak what you feel.